Hey guys, this is Skylar with the Draenei from the World of Warcraft, and I like your outfit. Thank you for coming and visiting us, human folk.
No problem. It's my pleasure.
So, what level are you?
This is Tier 6 Sky Shadow Regalia from World of Warcraft.
Are you much of a PvP player?
Occasionally. Not that often. I like doing the raids and healing and taking down a boss now and then.
Certainly, I can. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can see it. It's pretty beefy right there. I don't know. So you know, I love WoW, and I love modding WoW, getting the UI mods in there and changing it up a little bit. How do you feel when people come into your world and they look at the world differently than you do because of the UI mods? Does that bother you at all? Are you cool with that? Do you use anything yourself to skin your world?
Yeah, it's always interesting when you're playing with other people and they have different mods and they have different add-ons and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It can enhance your game crazily. You know, if you just go in with the basics, there's always a mod or an add-on or something that's going to be able to enhance your healing or you know, your attacks or whatever it might be. And interestingly enough, from the very start of the game, I was a beta tester for original WoW, and you can see all the way through how Blizzard has incorporated a lot of the mods that everyone used anyways. I say that all the time. You're absolutely right, yeah. I wish they get more shout out though. When they incorporate it, they really need to be saying, hey, you know, thank you so-and-so, right? For this idea, we incorporated it. They have shit out in the footnotes somewhere, at least. Yeah, right? It would be nice because it's, you know, there's a lot of other developers and people who have put time and effort into building those mods and updating them, and you get feedback and they modify them again until they just work perfect, and then all of a sudden next release, all of a sudden WoW's got something similar to it, and sometimes it's as good, sometimes it's not. So a good example is the armory, where you can go in and you can change your armament in game. You didn't used to be able to do that. When your first game, you had to go and actually physically take all your armor off, put new armor on. And now they have the whole thing where you just click on a different, you know, whatever, you know, if you're going resto, bam, all of a sudden you got all your resto gear on. That's right. And that's all from mods. That's all from some add-on, you know, they originally had, you know, it was a tool chest, or I forget what it was called, but that's where it originally came from. And then WoW incorporated it into the game because everybody wanted it. I had the same experience as you, actually. I was actually in beta as well. And you're right, when it first came out, it was always a good game, but the UI has, the evolution of the UI has been directly influenced piece by piece by piece by one mod after another. Exactly. And I think that's an example of the awesomeness of modders, right? Yeah, it's definitely, and I think they're still going to be out there. You know, Blizzard hasn't thought of everything, and you know, there's always going to be another mod or an add-on you can put onto there to enhance the gaming. And I think WoW, you know, I haven't played a lot of other games, but I know that's pretty, it's been pretty amazing to see how the outside world has really added into the World of Warcraft and enhanced the play of it. So I'm sure you heard the Diablo 3 announcement. They're not supporting mods of any kind. How do you feel about that? I think it's stupid. I think anytime you have a closed environment and you're not going to be able to support that, you're limited by your own creativity that's within the company, and that's got to be limited rather than in getting the input from every gamer, you know, 10 million gamers or however many they have out there. If they're just limited to what they think they should be in there, it's not going to be as good. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that it's a new business model. It's interesting. We'll see what happens with it. But I mean, it hurts, right? It hurts right here somewhere to say, like, after all the things the mod community has done for Blizzard, to say, oh, sorry guys, you can't, this one's ours, you're not gonna touch this one, you know? It's a little egotistical of them to think that they can create a game without mods and without the modifications of individual players, because then you're saying, play like we want you to play rather than like you want to play. That's right, absolutely. Yeah. And I feel like the other thing is, you look at Dota, right? Dota's situation, that's obviously a huge controversy right now. And I'm not going to take sides. Well, I'll take sides. I don't care. In my personal opinion, I look at, like, you know, they're arguing, well, it's our franchise because it's under our game, but they never did anything that drastic to support the community more than it was mainly all community stuff. Right? Blizzard didn't get in there and do something over and above the top to make it a better experience. Unlike like Valve or something would come in there and add value to the mod community, or add value to that particular group, right? Yeah, exactly. You can see it in the outside world too. If you look at the difference between like a PC computer and Apple, you know, Apple is a closed society, an enclosed environment, but they still will listen to their constituents. And it's not exactly the same as mods, but the next iteration of OS that comes out, all of a sudden you go, wow, there's all these cool things that we've been using, and now they've incorporated, they listen to us.
Right, and they learn too. If you look at the situation with Apple, right, they used to be all proprietary hardware as well.
Right.
And their Mac sales have gone up, multiples since they started incorporating Intel and other third parties. They realized, let's people specialize. They're good at this. Let's let them do that, right? And then we'll specialize when we do, which in that case is the OS and the hardware, the frame environment, and everything like that. I totally agree with you. I think that I'm very, very excited to see what the mod community does for the new games coming out, and I think that Blizzard's really going to be missing out on that expertise from the community. So community, we love you. WoW loves you. Blizzard kind of loves you. Hopefully love you more in the future. But any other last shout outs to the mod community?
Done with the horde!
All right. Cheers.